So now that the vehicles are almost finished, there's still a few little bits and pieces to go on. Now, I'm bringing the trucks back to opposite lock because we're going to need to put some bash plates on there. We're going to need to put e-lockers, there's no doubt about that. We're going to need some e-lockers and a really kick-ass winch to go into the 79 and the 200. But I can't wait to see what this new bull bar on the 79 looks like. So this year, the MUX, the D-Max and the 200 are going to get an e-locker installed into the rear diff, and these ones aren't your normal air locker type setups. These are far better, I reckon, because they're electrically operated.
So what we're doing is we're removing the diff centre and replacing it for an electronic locker, which locks both wheels together.
Having an e-locker in the back is quite handy, especially an electric locker. You don't have to deal with air lines leaking or anything like that underneath the car. And having an e-locker is a lot better for someone who's a tourer and that wants to tour in remote locations. It's a little bit easier to deal with repairs and there's less moving parts.
This one has a locking pin in it which will lock both axles together, which go in here, axles in there, lock them together. This one doesn't have it, it just has spider gears. So it's actually a freewheeling diff.
Now the beauty of putting the lockers in the back, we're going to be able to lock the rear diff so that you've got two wheels driving at any one time. Now this is going to make a big difference when we head up into the Cape and tackle those tough tracks. There's no doubt about it, I have a strong suspicion that we're going to be doing some tough tracks this year, so some bash plates are going to have to be the go.
When the guys are towing something like the expedition hauler or a cam trailer or a boat, one of the first accessories to put on the car is actually a bash plate, and it definitely protects. It also helps the car slide over objects.
Now Brown Davis makes some pretty serious tanks and we've been running their tanks for a long time now, so why not use some of their bash plates, because let's face it, I can guarantee you they're going to be tough.
The reason why we want to go down the Brown Davis path is they've re-engineered a lot of their bash plate range, so it has a higher clearance. That way there's less chance of the bash plate even hitting, but if it does, he's put extra gussets in there just to strengthen it. And because they're a steel bash plate, if you need to in the bush, you can weld them up. Not that you'd ever break one of these, but it just gives you that as an option. They're a little bit nicer looking. He's you know, after he's made them stronger, he's given them a bit of a tweak to keep them looking nice. We've got a new custom designed bull bar between our engineer and Jace. It's a special edition bar, and it's been designed so that it's got the strength it needs to handle a 16,500 pound winch. It has the high clearance that Jace needs when he's going bush. The bar itself also has some pretty powerful lights built into it that come with the bar.
So this bull bar is going to be a lot different to the ones that you see on the MUX and the D-Max and the 200. It's going to be a hoopless bar. So when you mean hoopless, it doesn't have the side hoops that come down onto the main bumper section. It's actually just going to have a small little section in the front to hold some spotlights. But other than that, this is going to be one tough bar, and it's got to be tough because there is a serious winch going into it. Let's face it, these trucks are getting heavier and heavier these days, especially big 79s and 200s, and there's no way a 12,000 pound winch is going to cut it anymore. So what I've done is I've decided to hook up with a company called Red Winches, and they have built a winch called the Explorer 2. Now it's pretty much a prototype, and we're going to stick these in the trucks and give them a whirl. Now the beauty of these winches are, they're 16,500 pound. So that's 7.5 tonne going in the front of these trucks. Now, there's no doubt about it, we're going to need all the pulling power we can get, and these winches look like they're going to do the job.
When you're using the opposite lock bars, a lot of them will have an access point from the top, and I can just put my hand down here, pull on the actual knob and slide it around and change the brake settings on the winch quite easily, put it into free spool or put it into gear. There's a few other options in the winch that Jace has asked for, which is an air-operated clutch. It means that the clutch actually engages separately and doesn't overheat your rope. The drum of the winch is actually knurled, so it gives extra grip for the rope. One final thing with his winch is the control box, and the way it's designed is so that it can handle the tough environments, and also all the relays are designed that way. The winch is waterproof the way it needs to be for off-road use, not just working around a farm or around the yard. It's actually designed for off-road use.
A lot of time and effort has gone into building these trucks, and you know, with the new wraps that have been put on the trucks from Sinorama, the new gear from Opposite Lock, you know, the E-lockers, the new winches, the bull bars, all that stuff. You know, there's a new canopy going on Simon's D-Max with all the Clearview accessories, the new Powerfold mirrors, the power boards. There is so much stuff going on. I can't even mention it all.
It's going to be awesome to see all these cars finished, ticked off, lined up, ready for the trip. They are going to be so tough looking. It's going to be the toughest looking fleet in Australia.